Wawib Grana Weep Nini Bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. Let's say hello to everybody over there in the chat. Welcome to Grand Galvatron and Optimus Rodimus, Autobot Phil, Pibichu, First Monk Big Bronze Rim, Jay the Man, Silverbolt, 94, Boss Man, Overwatch, Wolfman, Oktar, Red Alert, and lots of others. Welcome to you guys. Lots of familiar faces as usual. Thank you all for the support week after week. I do really appreciate it. We're going to talk about this weekend's event. We also find out more about the new combat bots. And I do have a few crystals to crack for the shard crystals from last weekend. And if all goes well, I may even have a couple of other crystals to crack from that. And so how about we just go ahead and get into the news. This weekend's event is called Expert Witness. Gather your alliance and take part in this weekend's event to win a whole lot of stuff. Up to 60,000 Spark and Combiner Spark and Combat Spark. 1,050 4-star shards, which is an odd number, but hey, we'll take it. Up to 3,500 3-star shards, 14,000 Premium shards, 3,000 Prime Core shards, 6 gold power core chips, and a G1 G-Metal power core chip. And this is an alliance event, and unlike most of the Prime Core events, this is not a prestige event. It's just one big prize list. It starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and it's triple XP throughout the event, which is pretty usual for a Prime Core event. You got to be headquarters level 4 and be in an alliance because it's an alliance event. You hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win your battle, win the points, and collect the prizes with all of your alliance mates. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones, another difference from the typical Prime Core event. Usually they're the flat zones, but this time it's the normal battle zones. And here's the list of the prizes summarized. You get a whole bunch of them all throughout the event. And there you go. So 310,000 points is basically the event. If you go beyond that, there are 13 total spark crystals up for grabs that you can get. The only thing I didn't particularly like about this is that half of the Prime Core shards are at that 295,000 mark. So you do have to almost complete the event to get the second half of the Prime Core shards. That's probably the only thing I didn't really like about how they distributed the prizes. Otherwise, there's a whole heck of a lot of stuff out there for everybody to get. And to be honest, 295, 310, that's pretty doable for a lot of alliances out there. Our particular alliance might struggle to get to that. But we'll see. Positive thoughts. And didn't mention forgot the slide about the total spark crystals, but it's the same total spark crystals as usual, equal chance at 5,000, 7,500, or 10,000 regular combat or combiner spark. So let's talk about the abilities for these two new combat bots, Top Heavy and Sights. Every so many seconds, I believe I saw in Sunstreaker's Waz's stream that it's about every 10 seconds you deal a percentage of the bot damage through everything in a straight line to the target and beyond. Well, it's interesting that they say to the target because it really is kind of a random. It just fires off randomly every 10 seconds. It's not associated with ability, but it is essentially similar to Warpath's ability, where it's a straight line target and it hits everything in a row. It just doesn't go quite as far as the Warpath or Skull Smasher ability. But it does look pretty cool. It looks pretty powerful, and these guys are going to be desirable bots to have to add up to your combat arsenal. Yeah, so there you go. Now, interesting thing about Sights that I didn't mention or didn't notice when we first saw him, he originally started off as an Autobot partner to a Target Master, but there was a previous game that came out which had rebranded him as a Decepticon, and apparently that's where we're going with Sights in this game as well, also as a Decepticon, even though his original appearance in the Action Masters G1 toy line was as an Autobot. Apparently he's a Decepticon now. He's a traitor, and he deserves to be dealt with. Anyway, so there you go. I did happen to catch a preview of that. I don't have the bots myself to show off, but I did see them in action, and they look really, really good. So you guys are going to like them. So also, out there right now, many of you have already seen this, especially if you've gotten a newsletter already, or if you're on the various Discords that are around there. You've seen the link for the next 5-star vote. That's been up for a little while, and it's still open through Friday at 9 a.m. Universal Time. And so if you're watching the replay, get on it quickly because you've only got about a day to go get your vote in there. And I did do a 5-star prediction video. It's up there posted on YouTube right now. Sunstreaker Waza and Grind Time also did prediction videos of their own. And so we'll just have to go and see. And I will say one of my predictions was Cup, although I'm glad I gave a backup choice because Cup was not listed as a possibility to vote, which means there's no chance he's going to be in this next batch. So we'll consider my vote for Cup to be we'll go with the backup vote for Swoop instead there. I did predict the fan vote would be Rook, so go help me out and go vote for Rook and make me a clairvoyant prognosticator or whatever. Or not, vote for whichever one that you want. So there you go. And the link will be in the video description of the YouTube video there for the short time that you'll have the ability to go vote for it. And typically, we'll find out the results of the votes by the newsletter next week. And probably the week after that before we find out who the next batch is. Probably another week or two after that before we actually see the next batch being released. So more to come. Stay tuned to my channel and all of that. So we've talked about Ability 11 the last couple of weeks. We first learned about it 2 weeks ago. Last week we learned what the abilities are, and really the update this week is that they are coming this week. As of the recording, it's tomorrow. If you're watching the replay, it's already happened. They're doing a push, and these Ability 11s are going to be in the game. We'll go through them again. Laser Optimus and Armada Megatron, they get an EMP effect and an extra bounce per disc with their ability. Sludge and Straxus get an increase in the amount of damage that's done to walls. Cup and Dead End, after you use their going they will be immune to hack. So all of you folks who have Mindwipe and Cosmos in your outpost up there by the headquarters, that's not going to work anymore for people who come to you with Cup or Dead End and Ability 11. Rodimus Prime and Motormaster, their burst duration, it gets extended to 8 seconds. Cosmos and Mindwipe, speaking of them, you get a 50% damage reduction while in the air. Pyromagna and Bone Crusher now set enemies on fire behind the target. And Springer and Astrotrain, since they are triple changers, they have 2 abilities. Defensive Perimeter, that's probably the least used of the 2. I almost never use that. But when you do, the ability sets an EMP effect on a number of different targets, and that will be extended an extra 2 seconds. If you use the Aerial Support, which is what I mostly use them for, in addition to regenerating health over a certain amount of time, you also get an extra instant heal plus the regeneration effect. So that's pretty cool. That is a pretty cool ability 11 for Springer and Astrotrain there. Trax and Cutthroat, the smoke, in addition to reducing the damage that your bots take, will also make them 15% faster. Windblade and Dive Bomb will surround yourself in flames, setting nearby foes on fire. So a little touch of Megatronus there with ability 11 for those 2. And Skyburst and Onslaught will increase the impact area by 70% for each of the rockets that they send out in a line. So very cool. Good set of abilities to look forward to if you can get your bots to ability 11. Now remember, it is a heck of a lot of spark, it's a lot of energon, and ability 11 does also require that Zed energon, or I think people are calling it Zen also, which I think is perfectly acceptable. G1 Power Cores, they also announced the latest batch of G1 Power Cores, basically the same time frame as the ability 11. We found out who was getting them 2 weeks ago. We found out what the abilities are going to be last week, and this week we're finding out that they're actually coming out in this next push on Thursday. G1 Springer and Astrotrain, it increases the special ability damage by a percentage and the heal also by a percentage. So they get a double buff there with the ability 11 and the G1 power core. Drift and Barricade. For 10 seconds after your ability, you move and attack faster, and all of your regular attacks heal you for a percentage of the damage done. So that's pretty cool. You move a little bit faster, plus you get some extra healing in addition to what the ability already gives you. I like that. Cup and Dead End, they also get kind of a double buff here, and that's probably why they weren't included in the 5-star list. It restores a percentage of health every 5 seconds, and it increases your damage by a percentage for 10 seconds after each teleport. So you get an extra healing, you get some extra damage, and if you're at ability 11, you're immune to hacks. So these guys are going to be pretty strong. Next up, we've got Dust Up and Vortex. It increases the special ability damage by a percentage and sets the targets on fire, dealing approximately 75% of the bot damage over 6 seconds. And it's great that they're getting them, but I don't think this does enough for these two bots to really make them relevant. Still need to see some buffs coming for these two. And that's basically it. For anybody who hasn't already joined, I know a lot of you have, but you can head over to my Discord channel. I'll put a link in the chat here on Twitch that's also on the screen and in the description of the YouTube video. Head on over there, chat about the game or Transformers in general. And every week I do a giveaway of loot links where you can win up to 10,000 either Premium Shards, Spark, Combiner, or Combat. It's one of them up to 10,000. Still, hey, it's free. It's a random draw. And good luck to everybody who enters. If you are watching the replay and you want to join us live, come on over Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/EngineerHoist. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EngineerHoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. And that's gonna do it. Okay, so there we are. We're back on the camera. It was kind of delayed there for a second. Let's check out the chat. PBQ's asking, who's a good combat bot to go with Dead End? I've seen a lot of people putting Top Shot on him, and I actually did that with my Dead End over on my cons, and it's working out pretty good. I've got my Top Shot on a few bots other than Cup on my Autobot side, which I like him on a lot. But I did figure I'd give it a try with the Dead End on the con side. And that's who is his Fire Line is the Decepticon equivalent. And so yes, there you go, Fire Line with Dead End for you. Very cool. Grand Galvatron making good progress on the embroidery. Good to hear. Good to hear. And I did finally read your story, by the way. Very, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Vortex the Tickle Con. Yes, yes. Good. Funny. Okay, how about we go over here and crack some crystals. And, well, before we do that, I might be able to get 2 4-star crystals here. So if you take a look at this, my player level is hidden by my camera, but here, if I do this for a second, you'll see I am just a sliver away of leveling up to 91, and I do have a bot here that's only a short amount of time from getting done with research, and if I go to 91, I will get more coins than I'll spend to bring him out. So I'm crossing my fingers that this will actually push me over 91. So we'll bring out a little 2-star Blitzwing. And hopefully that pushes me over the limit. If not, well then there's no 4-star crystals from this. So we'll see. Alright, so there he is. Back out of here. And oh, it was not enough. Still just a sliver there. So okay. That was a little bit of a waste of coinage there, but that's fine. We'll still go crack these these crystals from the event, and so see how we do with them. Maybe that'll be enough to get me to a crystal. Okay, so 5-star shard. That's always good to see. Yeah, that is definitely an oof. I was considering doing that before the stream to do it, but if it did happen, I don't know, I kind of wanted to catch that level up on the stream, but hey, it happens. Okay, so let's go see the final results here. How'd we do? Look at that. Half of those gave me 5-star shards. And remember, these are equal chances. 1/3 chance for either the 4, the 3, or the 5. And so I beat the odds with the 5 stars there. So that's very cool. Don't get too excited. I'm very long way from another 5-star crystal. So that's not happening tonight, though. Some 3-star shards here. There's some more 5s. Okay, so it kind of evened out there. So a little more gear tilted towards the 3-star shards on this one than the 5 stars, but still, that's not too bad. And we'll do these last 3. That's some 4-star shards, more 5s, so that's 9. 10 out of 23, so that's definitely beating the odds on the 5-star shard pulls on that. So I'm very, very happy about those pulls. But as far as other crystals, you can see premium's very far away. I was pretty close to a 3-star crystal, still quite a ways from a 4-star, and still a ways from a 5-star. So that's going to do it for the crystal cracking. I did look to see what kind of bundles they had. Not really interested in the Defensor bundle, and my personal bundle today is Smashdown. For whatever reason, I keep getting these bundles for bots that combat bots that I already have 4 stars of. And I haven't seen some of the bundles for the 4-star bots that I am actually looking for in a while. I'm sure they're coming up and I'm just missing them. But yeah, so that's basically it for the crystal cracking, and that's really it for the news stream for this week. Just a reminder, if you want to join us live, it's Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/EngineerHoist. I am Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.